evolution theory of biology, which I believe it is still dominating the conventional sciences, including medicine, and also even social sciences are dominated by this theory, which is evolution theory. So maybe we need to a little bit be aware about our own theory, which is a creation theory. Okay, so this will make you clear when you are dealing with the references produced by the secular perspective. Then no worry, you know this is secular perspective, so whatever they mention after that is not big issue, because our Prophet says that laysa ba'dal kufri dhanbun. Okay, that means if somebody do not believe in God, so whatever he say after that, he say okay, no worry. So those who are taking this evolution theory whole, because evolution theory also have some good aspect. We need not throw all together, because as it is a value as well. So I think, if allow me, I just start. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan hamidin, hamdan shakirin, hamdan yuwafi ni'ma wa yukafi mazida. اللهم لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and dear doctors and brothers and sisters, let me just send some words of thankful about organizing this kind of meeting, because this is not frequent way of learning medicine or even any other science fields, including biomedical sciences, including just pure sciences. This kind of talk are not frequently familiar. So when they organize, then we should know how to benefit as much as possible, so that avoid to be just like charama, like tezkira, which just give us very short implications for the practical purposes. Maybe just get a lesson and so on. But this one is may give benefit beyond the tazkira. So I try, inshallah, to do as I mentioned. As you see here, do you see my slide there? I'm sharing.
Yes, Prof. Probably you can make a slide view.
Yeah, full
right.
screen.
Yeah. Prof, before that, allow me to introduce you to the participant. Can
again?
Allow me to introduce you to the participant.
Yeah. It's okay. Right. So I think I should.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to all postgraduate clinical students and all the participants. Thank you for joining this session. This will be the third topic of the Unified Islamic Input course for all the postgraduate clinical College of Medicine. So last time in January, we already listened to Prof. Abdul Razak Hashi regarding worldview and contemporary issue. Then last month, we already listened to Dr. Ramzi regarding Islamization of human knowledge. And today we're going to listen from Prof. Ibrahim regarding Islamization of the self. Allow me to introduce a bit about our invited speaker today. Prof. Dr. Ibrahim Ahmed Shogar is basically a Prof. Philosophy of Science at School of Science IUM. He majored in Sharia and Law from Al-Azhar University, Egypt, and obtained his PhD in Islamic Philosophy of Science at IUM in 2003, where he especially worked to develop the concept of divine patterns in nature and in human phenomena from Quranic perspective, Al-Sunan Al-Ilahiyah fi Al-Quran. Besides his teaching career currently, Dr. Shogar is working to develop his research project on systemic approach in the Book of Life. Previously, Dr. Shogar was awarded Prince Naif bin Abdul Aziz Prize for the Best Research Award by King Saud University, Saudi Arabia, and also received Lamia Al-Faruqi Award for Academic Excellence by IUM. I'm really happy to have Prof. Dr. Ibrahim today to talk regarding the Islamization of the self. So the session will be yours, Prof. It's about 1 hour. You may proceed, Prof. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Shekul. I think thank you also for these good words towards me. So the title, as you see, Islamization of the self. Of course, the concept of Islamization here should not be taken literally, because what we need here is to know yourself as a Muslim. If you are not Muslim, then you should know what are the fundamentals of Islam. So it should not be understood as converting. So if you are Muslim, or of course no conversion. If you are non-Muslim, also not conversion, converted to Islam, but you should be aware of the basics and the fundamentals of Islam as related to specific topics like self, human self. When we say self here is humanity, human being, okay? So human being is the most developed creature in the biological creatures, or in all creatures. So this is a cream of the creatures. So we want to see this creature from Islamic perspective. That is what we meant here by Islamization. Of course, some part also we mean Islamization here is how we discipline ourselves based on Islamic teachings so that we are able to be good person in community and also good person in society. So these are the major things which may I address them here. This mainly will lead us to discuss one basic topic, that is who in a human being, who's me as human being, and how I am originated, how I come to this life. Okay. The second question is, what is my purpose actually? What is my job as I am here? Okay. Of course, third question which will come also, where I am going after this life. Okay. From where I come, why I am here, where I am going. These are the three major philosophical questions which the human being has in mind. Every human being, regardless of religion, regardless of ethnicity, this question is there. But as the times go on, then the community give answer to these questions. Okay, so if you are Muslim, then these questions are answered by Islam. If you are Buddhist, then these questions are answered by Buddhism, and so on. Of course, our focus here is maybe just about the first question, from where we come. If we want to say why I am here, that is the purpose of being here in this world. These two questions maybe take almost, it is like full book, you know. If you want to talk a detail, maybe it is whole course. It is maybe no less than 4 months to discuss or address the basics of these three questions. But here in this very short time, that is just 1 hour, we try to focus on the first one. That means from where this human being come, how the man originated. Okay, so I tried to answer this question based on the Quranic perspective, and the importance of this question for the medical is very clear. Why? Because as a medical doctor, you deal with a human being. Human being is from where it is being, or what are the components of this body which I am going to deal. Since long time, we are dominated by what we call today as conventional medicine or evidence-based medicine, which is more focused on the physical body only, okay? So other components are not included. So later, this kind of approach ended to so many different approaches like personality medicine, and there is also holistic medicine, and so on. So different medicines, these are philosophy actually, doctors. This is philosophy rather than it is a medical practices. So personality medicine may be focusing, shrinking down the whole idea to the personal understanding of the biology of the specific person and his identity, and based on that I develop medicine or deal with it. Of course, this is also useful, but sometimes dangerous. and it is more what we call as subjective. That means personally. So medical need to be objective. That means you develop the medicine which is good for everybody, not a specific person only. But this way of dealing or the personality medicine may be good in terms of dealing with a specific person.
Prof?
Okay? Yes?
Sorry, Prof. Is the slide moving? Can the slide move?
Yeah, I am just talking about the about the what we call the self itself. Right. I will go
thank you,
earlier, but I am just focusing on this how we related the topic to the medicine. So right now, if you able to understand the component of the mankind, especially in our case, we are bringing the spirit here also. Okay, not only material or not only physical body. So that is why you need to know this kind of origin, understanding origin of the mankind. Let us go further here. This is general overview, as you see. And this title is actually given to me by the organizers. And as I mentioned, if you want to address these things, maybe you need the whole semester and even more. So we just focus some of them, and that is maybe the first two. First, a second one, that is significant of the story of Adam alayhi salam, because story of Adam is the origin of mankind, especially if we collect the ayat of the Quran which is talking about this. So we just focus on that one. We will not address the purification of self, and also we will not address what we call as ubudiyah and khilafah, because this one is more about the task or objective, your role, why you are here. Okay, so that ubudiyah concept come and khilafah come. Let me just proceed to the maybe first class or first thing here. Do you see the title, whole title? Because maybe let me just reduce.
Yes, we can see, Prof.
You can see, yeah.
Yeah.
So this, not this one, this one, yes, the Islamic. So creation of the mankind. Quran actually has full theory. We have two theories here, conventional, which is the evolution theory. Charles Darwin tried to give us the full theory, how the living creatures originated. And then he put the human being in line together with other creatures. And that theory, I think you know already. No need to address here. Second is a creation theory. That means God created the mankind in a separate line, which is not attached with other creatures. And this, the Holy Quran gives a lot of data in this case. And when we come to the creation of the man, there is two stages. I will mention them. Okay, two stages of creation of the mankind. In fact, there are three stages, but first stage and second stage almost the same law, and then we come to the second law, which is totally different. So we go to the first question here, creation of mankind. And for you, I believe it is very important. So the other purpose of creation, purification of the soul, muhasaba, and these issues we will not address in this short time. So now we go to the creation of man. Okay, we focus on the component here. Quran use different terms. Okay, so components, Quran use turab. Okay, turab is the earth. Any kind of earth is turab. Okay, then Quran also use tin. Tin is turab, but a specific kind of turab, which is a mud. Okay, Quran also use ma. Ma is a water. Water. Okay, so tin is turab also, because tin is just let us say clay. Clay is type of turab, because turab includes so many things. Or the let us say earth. Earth include rock, include sun, include mud. So all these are kind of earth. But tin is a specific kind. So there is no contradiction here. One Quran say you come from turab, and second ayah say you come from tin, or then both of them no contradiction because tin is part or type of turab. But when he say ma, you come from ma, maybe this is a little bit confusable. Okay, ma. So Quran says sometimes you are from turab, sometimes you are from tin, and then say you are from ma, from water. So which one is it? This is maybe confused happen with those who are unaware, and at the same time being used also by some those who are enemy of Islam to say Islam or Quran is contradictory. Then there is ruh. Ruh is a spirit. Okay, so in that case, then our components may be mainly three: tin and turab the same, then ma and then ruh. Okay, so our body should be having this. That means our body should contain components of the earth like iron, like other things, and then water. But ruh or the spirit, actually, ruh is spirit, and the nature of the spirit is unknown for us. Even modern science cannot detect the spirit and don't know. So we go to the process of the creation here. Process of the creation, brother and sister, there is two stages in the Quran. I mean, now we are holding the theory of creation, not the theory of evolution. So when we go to the creation theory, then there is two stages, three stages, two stages, or stage number 1 and 2 almost at the same law. So we combine them together to be one law. So I just tell the story first before I go to the Quran. So now we know our components as human beings. We are from turab, we are from tin, we are from ma, and we hold also spirit. And this spirit part not being addressed by modern science and also by medicine. Okay, only when they develop what they call today as holistic approach, then they try to bring the spiritual part also together. That is why we can see some hospitals, even in the Western countries, or let us say secular communities, they're trying to use this spiritual healing. Spiritual healing here is they want to recognize this part. Earlier, they never recognize it. They never give it is consideration anymore. Now, no, they come back again. For example, singing beside the person who terminally ill, singing. In our case, maybe we recite Quran, okay? Or making music, just bring piano or whatever is it. This is addressing maybe this part. This part earlier never been. So now you know, and then we need, you know, your components. We want to go to the process. Process, I said there is two stages. This stage number 1. Quran said you are being created by God directly without what we call causal law, causation law. The law which is make cause so the result will happen. Okay, like what? Like I marry, then I have a child. So my marriage is a cause of the child. If I never marry, then there is no child. This we call it causal law, causation law. Okay, but God teach us, He created the first man without causal law. There is no causation. He himself directly deal with it, and this we call it in Quran law of kun fayakun, or it is absolute law of God. Absolute law of God, which is above the what we call natural law system. Natural law is based on the cause and effect system, but this is above that. Of course, maybe some people, this is a miracle. They say miracle, mu'jizat. It is true mu'jizat, but it is a kind of law. This is which Allah, God determined to do things. So this level, God created the mankind from earth, and then He put His soul. Nafakha fihi min ruhi. He put, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put the soul. So when we get the soul of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Adam, then we are now human beings. So the soul go to Adam, and then through Adam come to his children. So of course, when Adam created, then now became a human being, but of course he is alone. This alone, then the life cannot continue because Allah don't want to make this absolute law forever, because he wants to create the law in this world. In this physical world, there must be law, possession law. So what he did next is he created his partner. Partner here means the part which he complete the first one, like what we call plus and minus system. Okay, and this law is very general. When we study in the Quran, possession law is very general now, or what we call as a zawjiyah. Zawj in Arabic is a wife, but of course the concept wife is a Sharia concept. Zawj in Arabic is a partner who complete you. So your sister is zawj also. And this is what mentioned in Surah Shura. Surah Shura mentioned that brother and sister are zawj. Zawj in what way? Zawj in terms of they are able to complete each other. They are able to reproduce, just like electricity, plus and minus. Okay. Of course, Sharia forbidden this. As Muslim, we cannot marry our sister. But in case if there is marriage, then the child comes, because that is the law. Okay. So خلق منها زوجها. I'm maybe referring here in the beginning of Surah Nisa, because Quran mentioned the story in so many different ayat. Combine them together, then you are getting whole story of Adam, especially as related to the creation of mankind. So now he create, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Almighty create his partner. From where created? Is it from earth again? Quran said no. It is from Adam himself. So this is story now. Adam was being originated from earth or from tin, and then his partner here, don't say it is his wife, because the concept of wife is Sharia, the concept of Sharia. But a more precise term is his partner, or his what you call other term is to be used here. The part which complete him, like magnetic, there is plus and minus. One of them pull, the second push. So these are the zawj now. So right now, God create from himself his partner. Of course, later Sharia will make his wife. That means make him halal to marry. Okay, halal to marry. So when marry, what would happen? Of course, children come. When the God create wife, or let us say his partner, then now law of God, which is we call it law of kun fayakun, or direct law of God, now no more continue, but there will be establishing possession law. So see, Adam created by absolute law of God, which is kun fayakun. Innama amruhu idha arada shay'an an yaqula lahu kun fayakun. So this is how God created Adam. His partner also by the same law. Why? Because today, if we bring a male cannot bring a child in any way. Okay. So he create his partner, that is a female, and that may be in our body. From biology perspective, we carry both genes of male and female. If you are male, maybe that just the genes of the male is more dominant. Opposite, if you are female, then the genes of the female, feminine is more dominant. So we are sharing things. And maybe also this indicates to this story. خَلَقَ مِنْهَا زَوْجَهَا. If this wife was not created, or this partner was not created from Adam, maybe she totally carried different genes. Which it is not matched with the first creature. So now, brothers and sisters, I want to say just the story telling that now God created the partner. So the law is changing. What law changing? Law of kun fayakun no more is a method of creating the people now. Then what is happening? No, they marry together, they bring their children to continue marry. And that is why Quran said in this ayah, which is always our Imam in the Hari Juma'at read, that is the ayah, Ya ayyuhan nasu taqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahida. Nafs wahida. Satu orang. Okay? Satu nafsu. Quran use the term nafsu in different ways or different connotations. One of them, nafs is a person. Person is a nafs. Okay? Sometimes nafsu is a soul. Okay? Like ayah which is say that wa nafsin wa ma sawaha fa'alhamaha fujuraha wa taqwaha. So in nafsu is not the person. No, it is the soul. Okay? But here in the ayah of Surah Nisa is a maybe the person. Person here Adam alayhi salam. Khalaqa minha zawjaha. From this nafsu he creates zawjaha. Zawjaha partner. وَبَثَّ مِنْهُمَا رِجَالًا كَثِيرًا وَنِسَاءً. Batha means he produced a lot. Okay, a lot of production. See, Quran didn't say product. No, he said that men and women. Why is this highlighting of the men and women from these two people, Hawa and Adam? Why highlighting here is important? Because productivity will continue, because now we are indicating to male and female. Okay, so it is clear, no question will arise. Maybe you cannot say that hey, Adam, Hawa, they marry, but we suppose all their children are female, just like some of us today. So how they grow, how humanity come from them? Or another person say no, if we suppose all are male, so how they grow and so on. That is why Islam or Quran tried to give answer to this question. He said that he didn't say children. He didn't say product. No, he said many men and women. In our term, in scientific term, maybe male and female. Male and female. That means from these two parents, that is Hawa and Adam, then many children come. But Quran didn't say children, but Quran said male and female. Rijalan kathiran wa nisa'a. Nisa is a perempuan, and Rijal is a the lalaki. So this gives a logical answer which I question. So now, of course, the productivity starts. Once this productivity starts, then Quran move from tin and turab to ma, because the process of creating a new child is a ma. We marry together, and then the ma come from my part and Y part, and then the product will happen. This may be highlighted in many ayat. The best surah is Surah Tariq. Surah Tariq says that فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانُ مِمَّا خُلِقَ. Look from where you created. Quran says like that. Look here means, of course, you need to go to lab, not just look by your eyes. So look from where you created. Then Quran gives the answer. فَلْيَنْظُرِ الْإِنسَانُ مِمَّا خُلِقَ. خُلِقَ مِنْ مَاءٍ دَافِقٍ يَخْرُجُ مِنْ بَيْنِ الصُّلْبِ وَالتَّرَائِبِ. Actually, this is totally biology. You know, this ayah cannot be understood by some person like me who is graduate from Al-Azhar. No, it is biologists who understand this ayah. Okay, it is a total biological perspective. So what I want to say now, we come from tin and turab to ma. And ma here means the second law, causation law. We must marry to have a kid. Okay. Of course, somebody may be saying, no, I don't want to marry, but I fertilize egg. It is the same. Natural marriage here is a natural process. But if we know the law, we can reproduce in tube, in whatever is it, but you cannot create otherwise. Of course, maybe you can still raise questions about cloning, about, later we see even the Isa alayhi salam. Isa, Jesus, also God created the same law which I mentioned first one. Because Allah wants to show the miracles, the power, His power for the humanity. So Isa is only from mother. Okay. So now we have three ways, three cases. Number one, the person who has no father, no mother. This is Adam alayhi salam. Second, the person who has father, that means he comes from mother, from the male, that is Hawa alayhi salam. The person who comes from mother, okay, no father, that is Isa alayhi salam. And number 4 is a person who has father and mother, that is we. So these are 4 options, no more. Logically, person who has no father, no mother, maybe equivalent to the person who has mother and father, that is we. And then between, then the person who has father, no mother, that is Hawa alayhi salam, and person who has mother, no father, that is Isa alayhi salam. So complete now. Logical process complete. This is a process, brothers and sisters, how Quran put logically how the human man or mankind is originated. After this very brief idea, maybe let me just show you the ayat, because I believe you need this kind of ayat to refer to it. These are the ayat which I mentioned in Arabic, of course, but I mentioned the name of surah so that you can refer. And I put them maybe in some kind of chronological in the process of creation. So you see, this is in Surah Sajda. Those who know how to read the what you call Jawi, this is Arabic, of course. Surah Sajda, then mentioned there, I will mention a little bit. Surah Ali Imran, Surah Nisa, Surah An'am, okay, and then Surah Arab. Actually, if you want to study this from medical perspective or even from biological perspective, it is a what you call thesis of doctor. You get PhD here. Of course, the people maybe believe, oh, this is just a metaphysical issues. So it is religious issues. How you bring here? No, it is a content is really scientific. Scientific. Either you use them for medical purposes or just to understand the biological perspective. Therefore, this 8 ayat which I mentioned here, you can turn them into chapters, not individually, because some of them addressing the same issue. So you need to study them carefully, and then you recategorize them, giving specific and suitable what you call titles as chapter, and I'm sure you get no less than 2-3 years to write the book or whatever you want to write in this. Okay. So let me just brief you. Surah Sajda, what said? الذي أحسن كل شيء خلقه وبدأ خلق الإنسان من طين. Bada means started. Is type of turab, just like human organs. Okay, it is human being is the same, but there are different parts of this. Okay, different parts. So turab is part of the tin is part of the turab. Okay, so Ali Imran says that inna mathala Isa inna Allahi kamathali Adam khalaqahu min turabin thumma qala lahu kun fayakun. See this ayah giving us the law and giving us what we call as the logic. Because Yahud said, accused the mother of Isa alayhi salam, saying that we never see a woman bring a baby without husband. So you commit sin. That is what they said. But Quran gives them logic. Yahud, you have the Torah, and Torah mentioned that Adam was being created from earth. That is the law of God. So why you deny in the case of Isa, but you accept the case of Adam? That is a logic. And that is why Quran giving the what you call similarities here. We call it here is qiyas in Arabic, or in usul fiqh we call it qiyas. Okay, qiyas is make similarity to give the same conclusions. So here inna mathala Isa, like Isa is like Adam, the process creation. Okay, Adam was created from turab, but Isa was created from his mother. Even his mother is more developed. Turab is too primitive in terms of life, has no life. Okay, Hawa and not Hawa. Maryam alayha salam, the mother of Isa, is a woman. And I believe woman in terms of biology is more developed than man. Man is more stronger, of course, but in terms of life factors or components of life, female is more developed. Of course, historically, he was a later. He was created from Adam, not from Turab. Maybe that is one of the logic why she is more developed. But of course, this is not the case. But we can say no. Practically, we see in our life here, women are more what we call flexible to deal with things emotionally and even maybe physically. See, when the woman get pregnant, how the body change. When the pregnancy finish, how turn it to the back to in the same situation. Okay. I worry if the man get pregnant, he never come back again. Never come back. Why? Because he is not so much developed. He has no what we call enzymes and the things that are biochemicals, which make him flexible for that kind of things. Of course, now they're injecting what we call some artificial things to turn like that, but it still turn it to disease sometimes. So what got put in woman is more higher. I believe this is a biological factor. Maybe medical doctors say no. We treat the women and male the same and so on. That is up to you. Or it is maybe correct, but I believe from biological perspective, it is male is less developed. More stronger, of course, that is not doubt. Okay. Surat Nisa and so on. I worry maybe Dr. Sheful, if a question arises, please let us go like that. No need to. I just talk and the others keep quiet because
no questions so far.
Yeah, so no question. That we continue.
Thank you.
When we go to Surah Nisa, this is of course giving the full story which I give. Quran says, Ya ayyuhan nasu ittaqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahidatin wa khalaqa minha zawjaha wa batha minhuma rijalan kathiran wa nisaa. Actually, this ayah has two connotations. Connotation number one is a religious one because the motive of this ayah is to develop iman. Ittaqu, fear Allah. So when you say fear Allah, then the mind says that, hey, who Allah? I cannot fear somebody who I don't know. Then Quran gives evidence. This evidence now science. What are the evidence? He create you from one single person. Nafsu wahida. Khalaqakum min nafsin wahida. This is the evidence or arguments in philosophy they call it. Or in normal, we call this is the evidence that Allah is there and we need to fear Him, to do taqwa to Him. Okay. So this Ya ayyuhan nas, and don't forget Ya ayyuhan nas itself also very big because ayyuhan nas here is manusia, not Ya ayyuhan ladina amanu. In Surah Jum'ah, Quran say, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha nudiya lis-salati bi yawmil jum'ati fas'u ila dhikrillah. Oh, who believers, when the adhan do in the Hari Jum'at, please stop work, go to Jum'ah. This is the ayah Surah Jum'ah. So, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, oh believers. But this Quran, this ayah said, didn't say, oh believers. No. Quran said, Ya ayyuhan nas. And even didn't say, Ya ayyuhal ladhina kafaru, like Suratul Kafirun. Okay? Kafirun is just orang kafir. That means addressing the kufur. Sometimes address the mu'min as Surat Jum'ah. But here, Ya ayyuhan nasu, this is a message or address God to the whole mankind, inviting them. Look at this law. Okay, I worry if Charles Darwin was able to study this kind of ayat carefully, maybe he developed more better theory than evolution theory. Because I believe Charles Darwin was very clever, and at the same time he has very sharp mind, but he don't have enough data. Data from scriptures and data from the biological data, which you can collect from the practical life. And he did that actually. He spent with the marine of what we call queen in some ions of some what we call in the sea, in the sea. So he spent long time, and of course, a lot of creatures there, and he studied carefully almost 2 years. And then finally, he developed the characteristic of the living creatures and the source of their diversity, why they are so diverse, okay? And at the same time, how they are being, what we call, how the species come out. And he developed his theory. And don't forget, his theory is very useful, brothers and sisters. Don't throw or don't say that evolution theory rubbish. Nothing. He's contradicting religion. No, 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 no. As you are medical doctor and Muslim, don't say so. Actually, ulama, or what we call those who are religious people, say so because they don't know the reality of the theory itself. They see just this theory is contradicting or rejecting the creative power of God. And this is a major problem of this theory. That is why it is totally rejected by all religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. The theory rejected. But the biological perspective here is very valuable, very important. Give very important laws for biology. How we understand the living creatures, either it is species or individual or community, like human community. Our behavior is very correctly described. So what I mean here is don't throw the theory itself. You benefit from theory, but you reject the what we call as main hypothesis. The main hypothesis which removes the power of God. So Charles Darwin removes the God from the very beginning. So whatever happening to the living creatures, it is internal factor. So God is not there. Okay. But of course, this is not big matter. This is a matter for himself. Go to hell, go to Jahannam, you deny God. Okay. But for our case, of course, we should not deny the God. So we follow these two laws. Law which is of the kun fayakun, or law of biology, what we call, sorry, the second one is law of causation. So both of them. So Charles Darwin threw the first one. First one, kun fayakun tada. Only law of causation. There must be some of cause and effect system. So if there are no causes, they consider this is metaphysics. Metaphysics is religion, not science. So they throw it. Okay. And so on. Never mind. So I am telling here that the story which I mentioned to you is come from this surah. That is Adam, his wife, and his children. Okay. When we go to Surah An'am, then also Quran brings the idea of nafs wahida again. Okay. But there is, if you follow the Quranic terminology very carefully, Quran says that in the Surah Nisa, الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة, create you from نفس واحدة, وخلق. See, use the term خلق. خلق منها زوجها. This is one. When we come to Surah An'am, خلقكم من نفس واحدة ثم جعل. Now no خلق, جعل. So what is the difference between جعل and خلق? So we need to study this Arabic language very carefully and turn it into scientific fact. Difference between ja'al and khalq. So Quran says, ثُمَّ جَعَلَ مِنْهَا زَوْجَهَا. Then go, وَأَنْزَلَ لَكُم مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ أَنْعَامًا, and so on. This is another issue. And then continue, An'am ثَمَانِيَةَ أَزْوَاجٍ. Bring the concept of zawj here again. He created the animals also in zawj. That is fully stop there. If you see a small letter here, Jim here, this one, those who know the tilawa, this is posting. Pause. That means almost the meaning finish here. So you can stop here. Then what is coming after that is another meaning. So this one which I highlighted here, Quran says, وَيَخْلُقُكُمْ فِي بُطُونِ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ خَلْقًا مِنْ بَعْدِ خَلْقٍ فِي ظُلُمَاتٍ ثَلَاثٍ. See, Quran jumped from Adam, nafs wahida, from zawjaha to the mother's womb. Butun ummahat. Butun is the womb here. Then God created you in the mother's womb, creation after creation. Maybe this is a fetus development now, which is totally highlighted in Surah Al-Mu'minun. Surah Mu'minun focusing on that process, or what we call stages of the fetus development. So Quran here, khalqan min ba'di khalqin, creation after creation. maybe zygote, maybe idam, maybe mudgha, maybe. So these are different stages of fetus development in the mother's womb, khalqan ba'da khalq. But the ayah focusing one thing which is also very important. Fi dhulumatin salat, darkness, 3 darkness. In the mother's womb, 3 darkness. Quran says like that. Okay. So you can actually, you want to highlight what are these darkness. Today we have a scanning system. Okay. Initially we know that darkness may be the body, skin, and then womb also there is different layers, or the other parts of the womb maybe, and so on. So Quran highlighting on science here. Actually, this is science or medicine rather than religion, because Quran bring here just as evidence, but the evidence turn it to science. When we go to Surah A'raf here, also huwa alladhi, he who create you from nafs wahida, the same soul or the same person. And then waja'ala, see ja'ala, Quran also use here ja'ala, not khalaqa. Ja'ala minha liyaskuna ilayha. Sukun. Sukun means in Arabic to settle down. And that is why our house in Arabic they call sakan. So wife is like house. When you have wife, of course, when we marry, then our body feel comfortable and also relaxed. Okay, this is kind like somebody who come from work to home. Second, then you relax and take what you call liyaskuna ilayha, get rest on this wife. Of course, wife also get rest on him. Then Quran says, "Falamma takasha." Takasha here means when they marry. When they marry Adam and Hawa, then hamalat hamlan khafifa. Hamalat here means she is pregnant. Okay, this is the beginning of the pregnancy, and so on. So he ayat continue turning this into science for religious purposes and continue. If I want to continue like this, of course, maybe take long time, but this is very useful. Very useful. See, Quran bring the ayat as evidence, but in fact they are science, either in medical science or just biology. Okay, sometimes even physics. You can find physical informations in this kind of evidence Quran gives. Surah Hajj, Quran say, Ya ayyuhan nasu, see here also call for the all mankind. Ya ayyuhan nasu in kuntum fi raybin min al-ba'athi fa inna khalaqnakum min turabin summa min nutfatin summa min halaqatin, and so on. So these are the stage now. Quran says that if you are doubting about the Qiyamah, please just look about your origin. And this is some kind of evidence, convincing evidence in logic. And Quran use logic. Just like what said in Surah Yasin, what the ayah said. Maybe I forgot the ayah, I will bring later. It is the same also. That means if you want to know your case now, because the ayah of Surah Yasin is more better than this one, because Quran says what? In the end, in the end of Surah Yasin, let me just remember. It is the same logic which the Quran said. If you doubting about the Qiyamah, no, you think about your origin. From where I come. Then Quran says you come from nutfa, from alaqa, from mudgha, mukhallaqa wa ghayri mukhallaqa. This is the mother's womb actually. Quran here didn't go to Adam even. If I ask you in exam, in which stage Quran talking here? Is it Adam stage or his children stage? Of course, the answer is children here. Children here, we grow nutfa, that is the first zygote, then alaqa, then we go to mudgha, then we go to mudgha mukhallaqa and ghair mukhallaqa. More stages will be mentioned in Surah Mu'minun. Okay, Surah Mu'minun mentioned more details about this different stages. So Quran here logically want to say that if you are doubting about the Hari Qiyamah, okay, then you look about your originating. Just like you said that, hey, my car was up, so how come back? So somebody said, hey, you look about who make it. That means the company who make the car, then able to make it more better if that was up. Is damaged, for example, the car go run away from the highway, then luckily the driver survive it, but the car totally damaged. Nothing is well. So maybe your wife was or somebody was nearby. He regretted very much. Ya Allah, how is this so damaged? This is no way to make it again. A car. Of course, you say that no, can be a car by the same company which make it from the very beginning. Of course, the company today don't do that because they want to make money. But if they want to renovate the old one, they can do. And this is logic of the Hari Qiyamah, because the disbeliever says that if our body totally is scattered to the earth, okay, then who bring back again? Who will bring back again? So Quran said, no, the same person who make it in the first time. If you are worried about who bring your body, no, you think about how you come. You are nothing. You are maybe partly in father's part and partly in mother's part, and now you create it, and then you go again. So which one is more easier? Very beginning is easier, or now when you go Hari Qiyamah, come back is easier. Quran logically say no, the second one is more easier. Before you come to this life, you have nothing, you have no identity. In Bahasa Malay, you call alam arwah. You are just in alam arwah. Now you can be physically there. You have name, you have identity, you have children. Then when you go, of course, to bring this kind of thing is very easy. Okay, very easy. This is what the Quran said as logic. So if you deny the Hari Qiyamah, that means we will not come back again because our body already gone to the earth. Then you look, Quran said, look to your origin. You come from Turab. See, Quran didn't forget the Turab. Actually, I mentioned that he didn't mention Adam, but he mentioned Adam here. فَإِنَّا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ مِنْ تُرَابٍ. The whole process. خَلَقْنَاكُمْ مِنْ تُرَابٍ. So, brothers and sisters, who is Turab indicate here? If I ask you, mention who is from Turab? Of course, Adam alayhi salam. Okay. Jump it from Adam Summa. Summa term used in Arabic, translate into English then. And the term then means different stages. Different stages. Just like you said that he was absent and then he joined the class. So absent and joining the class are different stages. He was sitting and then he stopped. Okay. He was very quiet, then he started to talk. Then, see, then. So the summa, Quran use summa to indicate to the stage, different stage. That means we will come from Turab, that is a law of kun fayakun, and then jump it to another law, which is law of causation, marriage. So nutfa is a result of marriage. It is water law, causation law. Okay, and so on. Maybe I stop there. Just a few minutes there. Give chance for any question. Of course, it's very interesting. If you want to understand the Quranic verses based on the scientific facts, you get bothered. Quran brings this kind of ayat not for the scientific value only. No, it is a religious value. That means Quran want to give this ayat as evidence to believe in God. Okay. So that is a part which is Quran looking for, not the fact which he mentioned as scientific fact, and so on. So I think this is maybe a part which maybe I can share with you. So you are able to go to this ayat. I already mentioned the name and ayat there. you can go and study carefully based on terminologies. Actually, the best people who understand this is the embryologists, maybe. Okay, they are able to understand this kind of ayat more better. I stop there. So if there is any question, Dr. Shaful Khan.
Prof, there's one question.
Yeah.
What actually the characteristics that can be applied in medical field, especially by medical doctors, to fulfill the role of Islamization of the self?
The characteristic which we apply, so play the role. Of course, presenting this kind of Quran, you get realized that this text which is given here is not man-made, because the information given by these Quranic verses sometimes is highly scientific, especially if we go to the creation of the fetus in the mother's womb and development there. Definitely you conclude that this is not the knowledge which is available in the Middle Ages when our prophet was still alive. So that definitely convince you scientifically as a medical doctor that ayat which is mentioning the different stages of the human embryo, this ayat definitely is God word, not human word. Information are very precise and also highly technical. So that will put in yourself without addressing by anybody. You yourself come to the conclusion that there is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who create us and who monitor us and who make us die at the end of the day. When you come to this kind of conclusion, that is the part which we are looking for as medical doctor. Because sometimes medical doctor is just professional. Professional here means he knows how to do or she knows how to do the technical part. He studies the human physiology or whatever is it, microbiology, whatever is it. So he practice or she practice. But the person do believe on the miraculous part of the human body and how this body being founded and how it's slowly going to kill itself by getting old and die within 100 years. So this kind of things, if you have in mind, then you really having spirituality in your mind or spirituality in your body, and not deal with a human being just as technically I know how to conduct surgery or how I know to make scanning and discover the sources of illness and so on. So this give you a message that this systematic thing in the human body is really behind it. There is Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who able to create such miraculous body. That is why I believe that actually to be a medical doctor, you are abnormal person. Abnormal person here means you have no religion. Of course you have religion, but dealing with the people is not you are looking as what religious of this person. You don't have even boundaries of the country. For which country is this person? You never look at that. No, you look as human being, Okay, this is human, regardless color, regardless ethnicity, regardless even his or her own religion. You don't have this. Okay, so this makes you very exceptional person. Second, you are the person who see the secret of God in the human body more than anybody else. Even biologists, biologists who study the biology, sometimes they are unable to see whatever you see as a medical doctor. If that is, of course, you are really you adapted the idea of the concept of the miraculous of the humankind. Mankind is a miracle. Okay, it is mu'jiza himself, mu'jiza. Okay, so if you took that idea, I'm quite sure that you will be transboundary trans religious, trans ethnicity. Okay, so just work for human, and that is why sometimes I believe that a medical doctor like Malaika, have no any bad thing. You are just like Malaika. Malaika is a angels. You are angel, human angels, but you don't know. You don't know this what you call mission, great mission, which you do it. Quran said, if you rescue just one body, like you rescue all the humanity. So in your life as a medical doctor, how many people you rescue them? Just like you are nurse. So taking a heart attack person from home to hospital, so you deal with him when on the way. Not the only medical doctor is already great mu'jiza. So what I want to put is, don't discredit yourself, brothers and sisters. Don't come down. Don't say that I just go to medicine, I want to get job, and then work and collect money. Of course, that is halal and also very important, but should not, this is your mission. Your mission is dealing with the humanity, rescue the human being. Do this angelic job until you die. And I'm sure if that is your mission, money will come. Money will come. But if you want to make what you call as a clinic and then collecting money, you kill the people and then collect money. If that is only your objective, then you turn it maybe to the what they call last time in Britain, they call it killer doctor, killer cop. That means sometimes killing the person for you is more preferable to rescue him because you know how to kill him. So what I mean is not like that. That means the mission here, the person is has no real mission. Even turn it to evil, turn it to shaitan, instead of being angel, instead of being malaika. So brothers and sisters, you should know this. Okay, before you go to practice, before you go and do what you call practical medical and so on, you must know your job. Your job here is very holy and very important for the mankind. I think that is all maybe if I want to say something about that. I'm sorry for long one, but it's okay. I think this is very important.
Thank you, Prof.
Dr. Shaful again.
One last question. I think one last question, Prof. Someone asks, how actually to promote concept of Islamization to the patients when doctors see a patient? How actually we can promote this concept to our patients?
Yeah, very good question. Of course, the concept of Islamization should not be used in the practice. Even in your life, you should not say that I'm Islamizing. No, you must say that this is a moral way of dealing with things. And morality, it is shared by the all religions. Okay? So, if you want to Islamize somebody in our term, that means make him a patient, for example, in make him a good character when you deal with him. You should be like that, because doctor is the person who everybody listen to what he said. Even our mother, father says something, but doctor says something. No, I follow the doctor. Why? Because the doctor always honest what he said to me as a patient. So the patient is very loyal to the medical doctor, to the doctor. So in that case, then you just need to be honest with him. Honest with him. Of course, maybe you are unable to give everything, but still what you do or you can give is give him by honest way. By honest way. And that's why you are trained not to do some protocols during, for example, dealing with a patient. Okay. If I ask a patient, I ask the things which are related to his disease, like history. Even if I mention your ethnicity, then just also that is just, I want to detect the disease more better. Okay. Yes. You should not ask a patient from where you come, for example. When he is with your clinic, inside the clinic, from where you come, you should not say like that. Where come, you have no anything to do with it. You are dealing with a human. From where he comes, this is not the issue. except if you want to identify the disease, some areas, some places, maybe they develop a specific kind of disease. So that should be related to the disease itself. Okay. But some medical doctors are very curious. They asking questions which really make the patient feel that this doctor is not honest. So what I mean to conclude here, to Islamize your patient, Islamize here means to just let him good and also good character, deal with the good things, not in the term of changing of Aqidah, because you Muslim doctor, your mission is not to convert the people. Of course, the people can convert because of your good dealings. But not your target is to convert the people. You cannot do da'wah publicly like that. No, you do da'wah by dealing, by good dealing. I deal with the patient who is non-Muslim, very nice way. I care him very much. Maybe he turned to Muslim. That is a da'wah. Not da'wah say that, please share la ilaha illallah, I will take you more better. No, this is not your job. So brother and sister, actually there is some things which you need to know as da'iyah. As da'iyah, I believe the medical doctor is the best da'iyah. Okay? But da'iyah to his religion. But the way which you practice that, this is a challenge. Don't say convert to Islam or even mention any things related to the Quran or to the Islam to your patient. No, you deal with him just nicely and goodly. Honestly, that is the mission. That is da'wah itself. Okay, just like some lady taking tudung and they're very honest. Then the people say, hey, what is this? This is tudung. We thought it is terrorist, but this person is very quiet and very nice and very kind and so on. So this is a da'wah. This is the da'wah. Da'wah is not publicly to say, please come and join me. No. So what I want to say, brothers and sisters, Muslim doctors are da'iyah. But what we call quiet da'wah, not da'wah by act, but da'wah by doing. And the most important here is just to be honest in your profession. Honest. Deal with the human as human. Don't say this is Muslim. Don't say this is kafir. No, no, no. This identities go to people like me. Okay. Medical doctor has no these terms in mind. Medical doctor has human being. So finally, this person converted to Islam. You say, Alhamdulillah. I cause him by my dealings to follow the right way. Of course, we hope everybody to get the right way. But the way which you bring it should not be like people do. Like, for example, Jama'ah Islamiyah. Jama'ah Islamiyah go and make dawah. That is their job. They do. But don't forget, sometimes the result also not so big. So, brother and sister, I worry maybe I took time, but these are the things which you need to address them and to know them. So when you say I am self-Islamization, this is a Islamization. Not appearance, just like doing appearance things, but when you deal with the patients, you are very, very different person. No. Okay. So I think that it should be. Dr. Jaful, I worry maybe I took long time, but it's,
no.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Prof. Ibrahim. Thank you very much for your talk and also sharing session. I can conclude here is that Islamization of the self is by doing good things, by performing our job according to the guidelines, according to the right things, and putting things on the right place, and always show a good characters to our colleagues and our patients. So indirectly, we are actually doing Islamization without we realize about it. Alhamdulillah, we already come to an end of this session. But before that, I would like to remind all the participants to fill in the attendance and kindly fill in the link for the group assignment list of group names. So we will require about 4 members per group, preferably consists of mixture of Muslim and non-Muslim participants or students, so that you guys can discuss later during the assignment that will be given later in April. So don't forget to join as well for the last topic for the Centuries presentation next month on 40th April. The topic will be Islam and Knowledge by, inshallah, Dr. Hasbullah from Kuantan. With that, I thanks Prof. Ibrahim and also to all participants. Thank you very much. At this end our session with us.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sheikh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحانك ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you very much for inviting.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you, man. We will share the recorded video in 1 week time via email. Thank you.
Inshallah.
Thank you, Prof. Take care, Prof.
Okay, thank you.